Welcome back to the SA Sports Show. Well, there's not too many sports that I can think off the top of my head, KG, that you go backwards to win, outside of rowing.
No, there are plenty. There was the pole vault.
Okay, outside of rowing and pole vault.
Tug of war.
Outside of rowing, tug of war and pole vault.
No, that's enough.
What about anything else?
No, that's about
We
it.
prepared this. You're supposed to say backstroke.
Backstroke.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, there's plenty of sports now that you think about it that you go backwards to win. But hey, listen, Verayna Zilm is dedicated to a sport, rowing, and go backwards or forwards, it's hard work. It's hard work.
It is hard work, yeah. Lots of early mornings, lots of training sessions throughout the day. Yeah, it's pretty grueling, I think.
Take us through what a normal week would look like for a rower.
I'll be tired.
And mention the times too, because the times that you commence and finish.
Yeah, so mornings we train pretty early down at West Lakes, so we get to the sheds at about 5:30, and so we do that 5 times a week. We have 2 mornings off for a bit of a sleep in, and then we also do lots of cross training, so we do weights in the gym 3 times a week, and then we do other things like ergos on the rowing machine or bike sessions. So yeah, it adds up to about 12 sessions or 12 or 13 sessions a week.
Gee, you're so dedicated. Being such a tough sport, what made you do it? What got you involved in rowing, of all sports?
Well, actually, it was a bit of a funny story because I was never into any sport when I was younger. I was I was always into music and drama and everything but sport, really. But then one of my school friends, we started high school together, and she was determined to get into a sport, and she saw that the school offered rowing, and so she was like, "Oh, come with me, it'll be fun." And I was, of course, like, "No, well, I don't want to do it, but I'll come with you just to show some support." And I went along, and I actually really enjoyed it. And 6 years later, here I am.
Unbelievable.
Well done. And just recently competed in the Trans-Tasman competition
under
against
21.
New Zealand?
Yeah. So that was actually a 2-leg regatta. So the first leg was in Sydney back in September. So that's when New Zealand, their under 21 team, came here, and we competed over in Penrith in Sydney against them. And then in July we went over to New Zealand to compete against them again.
So what are your goals and ambitions from here, Verayna?
I'd like to make the under 23 team next year for rowing, which is
the world.
Yeah. So they have a world championship event for under 23. So that's usually held somewhere in Europe. So that would be just another step up, going from Trans-Tasman to a world championship stage.
And it seems over the journey, Australia have been able to fight above their weight in rowing across the world. Why is that?
I think
Conditions?
it's a good question. Yeah, conditions and the facilities that we have. We have good courses here, and and also I think the fact that we can train all year round, because the lakes aren't frozen through winter like they might be in Europe.
Well, you talk about good courses. I guess probably West Lakes is up there with the best in this country.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I mean, I haven't competed in all the states, but from where I have been, Penrith obviously has a really good course that they use for the Olympics back in Sydney. But so at West Lakes we have a fully buoyed 8-lane course over 2 kilometres, which is perfect for rowing what we need.
Now, which is your favourite event? Is it the lightweight, the quads, or the 8?
I do enjoy competing as a lightweight. It's sort of just added, just another sort of thing to think about, having to make weight as well. But I sort of enjoy that challenge as well. But I do enjoy some of the bigger boats like the 8. That's always good fun.
How tough is that event?
It's tough, but it's fast when compared to racing a single. It feels like the 2Ks goes a lot faster.
So end game for you is Olympics. I know that's easy to say, but end game is Olympics. And is there a target for you? Is there
well, at the Olympics,
2024?
Yeah, probably 2024 is sort of what I'm aiming for. But it's sort of the 8-year plan, so we'll see.
Can I ask you what happened to your friend that wanted you to join her at rowing?
She actually dropped out of rowing.
And she's probably taken up a musical instrument.
What's she doing these days? Do you know what your friend's doing?
Yeah, she's just, at uni. So she's sort of not really into sport anymore, but yeah, she's sort of doing her own thing.
And did it surprise your family, the decision to get into rowing?
Yeah, it did. Well, my brother actually, he started rowing the year before me, but he was sort of always a little bit more into sport than I was. But so my family definitely never saw me.
Well, how do they feel about the success you've had obviously when they thought you'd never ever get involved in some sort of sport? They must be delighted.
Yeah, they're very proud of me, and they've always been super supportive and involved in rowing. Both my parents, when I was in the school rowing club, they would always come down and get involved with fundraising or boat maintenance and things like that.
What about the community, the rowing community? Is it a tight one? I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, it's very tight. There's not too many rowers here in Adelaide, I suppose. So everyone sort of knows each other, and sort of when you're down there in the mornings, everyone from all the different clubs sort of communicates, because we all sort of train in the same facility.
What's it like in the middle of winter?
Oh, it's tough.
Well, I spent a bit of time in Melbourne, and they have a lot of their rowing clubs along the Yarra, you know, and I mean, the location is quite good. The Yarra doesn't look that great.
No, it doesn't.
But I tell you what, it must be, I think it's a fairly strong rowing community there as well.
Yeah, I have actually raced over there last year. I competed at head of the Yarra, which is a very long, it's 8Ks I think is the race, but yeah, they've got definitely some really nice facilities there, and their boat houses and things.
And what's the, as we close, what's in the immediate future for you?
It's just sort of getting back into training, coming off the back of the New Zealand campaign. So now, yeah, I'm just trying out for a few things. We've got state team selection coming up, and just the Adelaide season started. So yeah, just getting back into racing, really.
Yeah, I admire these young people when they get up at 4:30, on the water at 5:30.
Remember the days when we were young, Cage?
I can't remember back that far.
No, a little bit. Hey, Verayna, thanks so much for joining us.
Good luck, Verayna.
Verayna Zilm, one of many fantastic young athletes here in South Australia. Plenty more that we'll be focusing on for the remainder of the SA Sport Show.